Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and I hope you all have an awesome day today. And I'm up with a Panalisa project share, and there's also a set of dies that she sent me that I didn't get a chance to cut out, so I just cut those out because I was just like, desperate to cut them out, so I did. So anyway, I used the honey pot shaker, and you can see it as a shaker on Panalisa's page, which is why I decided to do it not a shaker, because you've got to have ideas for doing different things. So mine's just a flat one, so that's what I've used. And I also went into my lovely Snap Click supply stash. I bought the autumn sunflower market set, so I used that for it, and here's what I made. So if we get a close-up there, I've got little bits of glue, I'm sorry, that dried on my little, I think it's called a honey drizzler, isn't it? I don't know if there's a technical term for it. I call it a honey drizzler doodah thing. That's what it is, yeah. Right, it's what you dip in your pot and twirl it around so that you get up enough honey without it going all over the place. And there it is, just cut flat. And I used brushed corduroy in Distress Oxide just to go around the edges and shade the cardstock a bit to highlight it. And then I did 2 sizes of little bees on there and a thanks, and I did all the flowers and stuff. And then this is a sort of like gorgeous sagey green, and then you've got this like red checker picnic tablecloth, and then that little bee print behind. And then I just cut a couple of elements and used my round dies to cut them out, and then I fussy cut some flowers and popped those on there. And I did a strip of another sheet of cardstock that comes in that digital pack. So that is how I did my honey jar. It was nice and simple, actually. You just cut them out and ink them up, and the lid was white, and I used the brushed corduroy on it, and it kind of like blended into the yellows that printed out with that paper. So that is my first one, and I will measure the honey pot made up for you. Right, we are at 3 1/4 inches high, and then if I swizzle around, we are at its widest point. I'm going to say 2 3/4 inches, because it kind of like comes and bulges out in that section there. But that's what I made, and that is all I did was cut the cardstock on my guillotine, and it's a 5 1/2 inch square card. So that's that shaker on a 5 1/2 inch square card, and I just absolutely love that. Just love all of the colours and the elements, and of course I use my Dollar Tree foamy pads to pop it all up. So that is my first one. I'll just drag that out so you can have a good look at it. And then next up is a set that I've now cut apart, but it was this one. And you get a Polaroid sort of like outline frame for gluing down onto a page, or you can measure it and just lay it down onto another piece of cardstock. You get the film, and then you get all these little clips, and you've got a clip with a bow on, and sweetheart and love. So this is kind of, I guess, a Valentine clip set, and then you've got one with a star, and then you've got like the bulldog clip. It's just really, really cute. And so what I did was I cut it out in scraps of paper that I had left from here, just so that you could see them. So if I go with my biggest bit first, which is the Polaroid frame, and that's the bit that dropped out of the middle so that you can kind of see. And then you get this little strip that maybe you could stamp on, or you've got a printed sentiment or something that you can sort of like pop back in there, because that's how the whole thing cuts out. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And that little element is, let's have a look at that. That's 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5/8. It's a lovely size. I mean, whether you're putting it on a card, a journal page, or a scrapbook page, but just really cute. And then the other element is the little film strip piece, and then of course you get that bit that pops out of that so that you can pop your own image in. I mean, you know, obviously things like this are usually cut in black or white, but I was just using up my scraps that I had left. So I'll measure out the film bit, and that is 2 1/8 and 2 1/8. Just really, really lovely. And then I've got a little, I think that's a clip. Is that a clip or an ink stamp or something? But you can poke that little star out if you want to. Let's see if we can get in. There you go. But just so sweet. I mean, little elements, you know, that will just sort of like go anywhere that you want them to. Just gorgeous. And then there's a little pen nib in that set. And on there, I'm trying to work out if it says anything. I don't think it does. I think it's just sort of like a number squiggle, because you usually get numbers, don't you, on pen nibs. But just really lovely. Fountain pen nib. Nice cut in foil cardstock. And then there is the little bow clip. And of course you can cut the bow off and pop that on in a different colour. Now, when doing clips, I think it's always safe to cut out 2 or 3 and stick them together so you've got a good thickness if you're popping it into a journal or something. But if you like to cut up soda cans, and you can use these dies on soda cans, then you've already got it cut out in metal, and then you can paint it up and do whatever you want to with it. But just, you know, as I say, really cute. And then there is a love clip, and this has got the elements in it so that you can push it forward as if it is a clip. And I'll just show you that. I'll grab this scrap out of here. Whoops. Flip it over so you can see the good side. But that would sort of like, you know, go into there. And you could pop that right onto your corner if you wanted to. You can have it like that. But if you've got a strip of cardstock, I don't know if this one's the right size, that will fit right up inside of it. There you go. Then you can see, you can just dress up your piece of cardstock as if it's got a clip on it. I just absolutely love them. And then last but not least, this one has got sweetheart. So that one's got love, and this one has got sweetheart on it. Let's see how close we can go. There you go. You can see it. Just so, so sweet. And obviously that one's too big, but it has got the little cutout part so that you can just, you know, stick it onto a corner of something. I don't know whether it will go on my card. There you go. Sweetheart. Stuck sweetheart up there, but just really cute. And I was just desperate to cut them out. I mean, as soon as I saw them, you know, right up my alley, that is. Yes, indeed. Right. I thank you so much for watching. I do not have a clue what I'm going to be up with tomorrow, so you'll just have to come back. I hope you have an absolutely awesome day. And as usual, all links below. Bye.